Are you as a photographer bored of your wide primes? Is your 24mm, 50mm, or even 85mm not cutting it for you? Well, let me introduce to you the Nikon Z 400mm f4.5 VR S. So what is this super telephoto compact prime all about? Stick around and find out. Nikon Z 400mm f4.5 VR S is a super telephoto compact, well, as compact as a 400mm can be, prime lens for the Nikon Z mount full frame mirrorless cameras. One of the first things that you'll notice when you pick this lens up for the first time is how incredibly light it feels. It actually only weighs in at 1,160 grams, and Nikon has done a really clever thing in distributing a lot of the weight towards the body of the camera. So that means when you're shooting with it, it feels nice and balanced without being too front heavy at all. Being an S lens, of course, you can expect superb build quality and superb optics, which are really apparent when you're shooting and handling this lens. Looking at the physical body of this lens, you of course get some customizable function buttons, an autofocus manual focus switch, and a focus range switch. You also get a focus ring and a customizable control ring near the front of the lens, which you can assign to whatever function that you need. There's also the helpful inclusion of the front of the lens hood being rubberized, so when you bump it into objects while carrying the lens, you don't really need to worry about that too much. The lens is also weather sealed, so when you're out shooting in less than optimal conditions, you don't really need to worry about babying this lens too much. The VR in the name stands for vibration reduction, which is Nikon's version of image stabilization, which is really helpful on a super telephoto lens such as this, especially when you're trying to get those handheld shots either in stills or video. There's a couple more things I want to talk about, but I think it makes the most sense to do that while we're out shooting. So what's also nice about this lens is the inclusion of the rotatable tripod collar, and there are dots every 90 degrees to make lining it up really nice. So when you're shooting on a tripod like this for some in the distance shots, you can rotate your camera into portrait mode and just quickly check the dots and you're good to go. Something that you do need to note is that there's no click at every 90-degree angle, so you just need to eye your positions. So something that's really nice about this lens is its autofocus performance. Its minimum autofocus is around 2.5 meters, which is pretty good for a lens this tele, so you can get some pretty up close shots. And the edge-to-edge sharpness, even when wide open, is really nice. The autofocus snapping from close objects to far objects is also really good. It seems to track really well in both video and photo, especially when paired with the Z9 body. Now, obviously this is geared towards nature photographers if you're into bird spotting or anything like that, but I'm not a nature photographer. I like shooting people. And even more than that, I don't like conflict. So I think that this is the perfect lens for me. Let's take this out and do some super telephoto street photography. So now we're in Martin Place and we're going to do a little bit of street photography on a super telephoto lens. Let's get into it. Something that's a little bit quirky doing street photography with this lens is that it is a 400mm. And I think that it's pretty obvious when I say that it means you have to think about composition a lot differently. Because every time you frame up, things are going to look a lot closer than they are when you're looking at your eye. That being said, carrying this thing around for a while, it does feel really nice. The weight is distributed a lot towards the camera body itself, so I don't feel like it's front heavy or cumbersome. It actually feels really nice when it's down by my side like this and ready to shoot. So we're just going to take a little bit of a video clip now and check out its continuous autofocus, which is really, really good. It tracks subjects really, really well. And something that you'll notice looking at this footage and photos is the bokeh is quite nice on this lens. This being a 4.5 at this much tele means that you get some nice pleasing bokeh. Paired with those 9 aperture blades, you get some pleasing round bokeh balls. Now, say you're like me and you get tired really, really easily, but you still want to engage in street photography. What's nice about having 400mm is you can do lazy man street photography. So even though I'm sitting down, I can still look around and get some pretty nice shots, just documenting life on the street. The NIKKOR Z 400mm f4.5 VR S is a great compact, well, as compact as a super telephoto can be, prime lens if you want to get some really up close shots. Its weight distribution feels really, really nice in hand, and you can shoot all day with it without getting tired. So what do you think about this lens? Let us know in the comments down below. If you need any more information about the products mentioned in this video, you can find them all linked in the description, or you can come into our Sydney store and talk to some of our friendly staff. If you found this video entertaining or informative, let us know by hitting that like and considering subscribing. Thanks heaps for watching, and happy shooting.